let's talk turkey. Hey friends, welcome back to A Good Life Farm. So today I have been catching up on emails. Oh goodness, I will tell you sometimes it is a little overwhelming when I sit down to my computer and I open up my email and there's over 1,000 emails waiting for me to address. That is what I've been doing most of the day today, and it's now mid-afternoon. It was actually a really cold, miserable day outside today. Windy, raining, just yucky. I mean, middle of the afternoon and it looks like the sun's already gone down. But I guess it was as good a day as any to get caught up on all that stuff. I've gone through over 1,000 emails. Still not done. Still more emails to go. So if you have been waiting on a response from me for an email, apologies. There's a lot of emails. But I needed to get away from the computer screen for a while, so I've got a mug of tea brewing over here. And I've been working on my list. My Thanksgiving list. So this little binder right here, it's just one of the little 1/2-inch binders. I keep this one tucked away in my pantry, and this is just my Thanksgiving recipes. So when it is Thanksgiving and it is time to make all the things, this is kind of like my go-to master book for Thanksgiving. It has all of my must-make recipes, from the favorite side dishes to the must-have desserts that I do every year, and then of course the turkey. And speaking of turkey, I realized I never shared how I make my turkeys. And last year, or maybe even earlier this year, I actually baked a turkey or roasted a turkey and went through the process of how I do it, which includes a brine. And this brined turkey is how I make turkey every time I make turkey. And let me tell you, it is the juiciest, most amazing turkey you have ever had in your life. If you struggle with dry turkeys, tough, yucky, no flavor, bland, whatever, I promise you this brine will change your life. And so I'm going to show you how I brine my turkey, and I'm going to show you that footage right here. So in my big pot here, I've got 1.5 cups of kosher salt. I'm going to add 3 cups of apple juice. Next, I need 1/2 cup of brown sugar. A tablespoon of black peppercorns. We're going to need 5 bay leaves. Mine are actually a little bit broken, so I'm just going to kind of estimate 5 leaves there. Then I need a tablespoon of dry, fresh rosemary. But I have fresh rosemary that grows here. I've got a couple bushes of it. And so I almost never use dry when I have the fresh. So for this, I'm just using 3 sprigs of fresh rosemary. But if you've got dry crushed rosemary, of course you can use that as well. Next I have 3 oranges, and in the past I would just kind of take the peel off and use the peel when I was doing this, but we love the natural oils that are in these oranges, and so nowadays I use my microplaner and I take the zest off into the brine first. So I'm going to zest each orange. And you don't have to get every last bit of the zest off, you just want to get a good bunch of it. Cut the orange in half, and then I'm going to squeeze the juice into the pot. And then just toss the whole thing in. And I'm going to repeat that with all of the oranges. Okay, so I've got all of my oranges in here. I've got them zested, juiced, sort of juiced and squeezed and just plopped into the brine. And so now I'm going to take 1 onion and I'm just going to peel it, and I'm just going to kind of chop it into chunks. And into the pot. So now the next thing that's going to go in here, and it's actually the last ingredient, is water. And this recipe calls for 2 gallons of water. Now I know not everybody has a pot that big that can handle 2 gallons of water plus the other ingredients. So if you don't have a pot that big, you can cut the water, say, in half. Just make it with 1 gallon, and then when you actually go to use the brine, add the other gallon of water at the time. So I'm going to start getting the water. Now you're going to bring the ingredients up to a boil, and you're going to stir it until the salt is dissolved. Then you're going to reduce the heat down to a simmer and let it simmer for about 15 minutes, and then cool it completely to room temperature. You're going to place your turkey in a food-safe bucket. Pour your cooled brine and all of the goodies all over the top of the turkey, and you're going to add your additional gallon of cold water. If your turkey isn't completely covered with the water, you want to add just a little bit more to make sure it's completely submerged. Then you're going to take your bucket of brining turkey and you're going to put it into some sort of larger container, a tub. If you've got a spare bathroom, you could put it in the bathtub, and you're going to fill it up with ice. But you do want to monitor it and add ice if you need to keep that turkey nice and cold. You're going to let your turkey soak in the brine for 24 hours, and then you're going to drain it all out and roast your turkey as you like. Alright, so that brine is my #1 trick for how I make amazing turkey, like the best roast turkey you've ever had in your life. But that is only one of my tricks. The second trick is how I actually roast it. Little tip here, never stuff your turkey, at least not with stuffing. I do put some things inside it for some added flavor. But if you would like to see the entire process of how I do it, I will put the link to the article on my website where I show the entire process. It has the printable version of the brine recipe, as well as how I roast my perfect turkeys with crunchy golden skins and juicy, wonderful, flavorful meat. So besides planning for my Thanksgiving feast, I'm also going through my planner right here and working out my schedule of the leftover recipes that I want to make with the leftover turkey, because even though we don't have a massive family, it's just going to be 7 of us here for Thanksgiving, we still will often get the biggest turkey that we can find because we are going to use those leftovers for future meals. And of course you're going to have your immediate leftovers, and I'll make things like creamed turkey and biscuits, or turkey pot pie casserole, but we can also use that meat down the road for future meals simply by taking that shredded turkey, and you could either can it or you could freeze it in portions, and then you can just take out what you need when you're going to use it later on, and you've got turkey ready to go. And I just want to throw in here just about any recipe that you would use cooked chicken for, pasta dishes, you know, anything that you would need cooked shredded chicken or cooked diced chicken for, you can usually substitute turkey for the chicken in that recipe, and it's fantastic. So just because it's a chicken recipe doesn't mean you can't use turkey. Give it a try. Take one of your favorite chicken recipes, put the turkey in instead, and see if you don't love it too. And of course, when you are done with Thanksgiving and you have that carcass left from the turkey after you have taken every last bit of juicy meat off of the bones, take that carcass and save it to make broth out of. And if you don't have time to do it right now, that's fine. Wrap it up really, really tight, put it in the freezer, and save it until you've got a little more time. If you're busy right now, that's okay. That frozen turkey carcass will keep. Give it a week or two and do it later on when you have a little more time. So that is it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me here in the kitchen. If you have any questions about my turkey recipe, leave them in the comments down below and I will be sure to get to them. So that's it from A Good Life Farm. I'll talk to y'all next time.